Where are all my story warriors, story shepherds, story merchants? Draw your chairs closer, come closer to this virtual fireside because you're about to bask. You're about to get some insights on how to navigate this confusing world, this very, very difficult world in which no line is ever straight for so long. You're about to meet a fascinating lady who is riding the wave of the gig economy very high and never going low. I am delighted to have in studio the amazing Shawnee B of Shawnee B Entertainment in Dallas, Texas. Hello.
Hi, y'all. Hi, everybody. How's everybody doing? I hope well.
Great to have you today. I know that it's a Saturday and I don't know what people are doing, but for you to take time on such a busy day when you could be hosting an event or doing a myriad of things to come into
Right.
this virtual studio, it's an honor for me. And for those who are coming in for the first time, viewing for the first time, my name is Gideon Fomokwai, the story warrior. This channel is dedicated to those unsung heroes with untold stories who are working out there in the shadows, sometimes doing work that people don't recognize. On this channel, we recognize them, we give them credits, we give them all the kudos because they are doing work that the world cannot run without them. Tonight or today, we have Shawnee B. Shawnee B, I have taken notice of the shirt color, your background color, and your red
Yeah.
headphones color. We didn't exchange any email or there was no memo on this. How did you figure this out? Because I love red.
Well, my family is from Trinidad and Tobago, so our colors are red, black, and white. So a lot of my imagery is gonna have red, black, and white in it at some point. Um, I'm an actual color lover, so it kind of explains my personality. It's very vibrant, energy
Oh,
filled. So anytime I could get the most loudest neon popping colors, that's
yep.
gonna display my personality. So I introduce you to the color wheel.
Thank you. The color wheel. Okay. And it says cool fool. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
What is that?
if you're cool with your girl, fool with your girl. That is my motto. So normally when most people meet me on the first instant, they're like, "Oh my god, you're like my favorite homegirl." So if you're cool with
Oh.
me, just fool with me. I mean, on whatever level you need, from a friendship to a business level, I'm that person.
Okay, okay. And I see that background.
Yeah.
Don't tell me that you have artistic skills you could pull that off.
I give that credit to Amazon. It's a backdrop that I love because it's just again the energy when you see so many colors at one point, your
Mhm.
eyes are like everywhere, but focally you know that it's vibrant. So
Yes,
I when I
yes.
saw that it spoke to me. I love graffiti. I love art. I didn't draw it, but I
Okay.
bought it. I bought it.
Okay. Now, kudos to whoever is the artist behind that, but kudos
Yeah.
to you for selecting it. You're the
Yeah.
first guest on this channel that's coming with such a vibrant color mixture, potpourri of colors that gives some energy even to the person on this end. As you
Yeah.
can tell, I love red. This is red. This red.
I see that.
Okay. All right. So let's get down to some business because
Yeah.
you are what I call a geek expert. In other words, you can write books about how people can make a living doing dozens and dozens of gigs. First of all, how many gigs are you
Hmm.
familiar with or comfortable doing at a professional level?
So professionally, I am a few of these things right now. Currently, I am a full time radio personality.
Radio
Shout out to
personality?
96. Yeah, shout out to 96.5, the Beef in
Check, check,
Arkansas.
check.
Yep,
Radio personality.
check
Yoo-hoo.
that off. I am
Yep.
a full time comedian. Uh,
Big blast for all the
yes,
people who use the power of their words to get some laughs because we're
most
talking about the
definitely.
gig economy. Gig
The healer
economy,
through
you better
laughter.
make sure your words count for something. Thank you, ma'am.
Most
Go keep
definitely.
going.
So I heal through laughter. I also MC or host events throughout the city of the Metroplex of Dallas or any state that you need to fly me to. Um,
MC and hosting. Thank you.
yeah. I am an American Red Cross certified CPR, AED, and first aid responder. So if you need to learn how to do CPR um, on
Thank you. Thank you.
toddlers,
Thank you.
babies or adults. I'm the lady that can get you certified.
I'm a former firefighter, fire captain, so I know how vibrant that is, how powerful that is. That can save
Yes,
lives. It can turn
save
people from
lives.
silent to speaking again, from
Right.
knockout to back to life. Thank you, man. Keep
Very,
going. Keep
very
going.
serious situation. I love
Yes.
the horns.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
I do DJ. I wouldn't call myself a professional DJ, but if you need somebody to come and do something to entertain your guests, I can do that. I have the equipment to do so.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. And then I'm a full-time mother,
Mm,
full-time wife, and motivational speaker, and I'm a
mm.
content creator. So those are all of the things, and certified bartender for the state of Texas, Arkansas, and Louisiana.
Oh my God. That means you also get people drunk. Is that what you
No,
say?
I like to call it having a good time within your legal drinking and driving limitations.
Okay, okay.
Mhm,
Because when you go from
mhm,
mom, full-time house, a wife, and
mhm.
also I don't mind to get people drunk. I'm like, okay, where's this going? Where's this going?
You
But you
know,
say within the
bartending is therapy too, because not everybody that comes to a bar has to engage in like a
oh,
libation. Sometimes they just get a cranberry juice and they drink that. So it's like additional therapy. But I'm the one that makes sure you get to return back home to your family safe and sound.
fantastic. So you know when to tell them, cut the crap, get back home.
I 86 you real quick. So yeah,
Wow.
I'm the person of the party, life of the party in so many different ways, but I do use my comedic tone in each one of those to help people feel more secure and comfortable in that situation.
I have to say, if I do one thing, already my hands are shaky. I'm
Mhm.
doubting, can I pull this off? But you can do so many things, especially when you say you can do DJing, you can do bartending,
Yeah.
you can do CPR. I've even
Yeah.
forgotten how to do my CPR, but let's talk about where did this desire to do many things come from? Is it a hunger for knowledge or is it a hunger for survival?
It's a mixture of both. Like in life I learned that if you need something you have to depend on somebody, a lot of times people let you down. But if
Mm,
you learn how to do that craft or that skill, then you can start it out, and if that's not your expertise you can still branch that, outsource that out. But I always
mm,
love to learn new things anyway, and then being a master at what I learned became the addiction of having so many skills trades throughout my life. Because you do want to be a one-stop shop for a lot of people, so you don't have to have a person that does this. Hey, Shawnee B, can you? Yes, I can. Which one of these services do you need? And then I can
mm,
hone in on that. But no, learning multiple tasks is a benefit to you,
mm,
especially in this world we live in. It's
mhm.
too much going on, and trusting people is hard. So when you can find that one entity that you can trust and go to, it's
Yeah,
kind of like going to a restaurant. If they only sold pancakes, then they're only going to see you when you want breakfast. But if they
exactly.
sold breakfast food, lunch, dinner, and cocktail hour, you would go there for all of those needs, and then
Yes.
that'll be your one-stop shop. So that's how I kind of look
Wow.
at it.
Wow. I love that because I studied economics some
Hmm.
years ago. And I'm fascinated by what's happening in the economy. I'm always watching. And in the last 10, 15 years, there is what they call a geek revolution.
Right.
People that don't do just one thing because no job is going to guarantee you that permanent income until you pass. So these days, somebody might in the morning they're working as a technician, they're working as a
Hmm.
professor, a lawyer. In the afternoon, they're doing Uber,
Yeah.
and in the evening, maybe they're doing karaoke,
Right.
or maybe they're playing drums somewhere. So this gig revolution is here to stay, and you're
Most
saying
definitely.
you've been part of it for a long, long time. Let's
Hmm.
unpack them one at a time.
Yeah, let's go.
You are a radio personality. What
Yes.
kind of messages do you bring through your radio work? And who are the people that you touch and encourage? Who are your fans? Who are your big fans that you use your words to reach them?
Okay. So to how I got into radio, I'll explain that because that came from the blessing of me being a content creator. So
Mm,
Monday through Friday, every Monday through Friday of the calendar year,
mhm,
I
mhm,
do my segment called Shawnee's World. I do that from YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter.
mhm,
And I create news stories where I put a comedic edge to it because people hate hearing the news so much that they just
mhm.
rather hear bits and pieces. So I put a creative tone to it,
Uh-huh.
so you can still know what I'm talking about, but not leave traumatized.
Oh,
And
okay.
because I was so consistent doing that Monday through Friday, and I've been doing it since 2012, uh,
Wow.
someone referred me to a radio station that was looking for somebody to add on
No
to their.
kidding.
Yeah, that's how I got that. So shout out to Miss Jerica Brown. She saw that I was consistent, and Big Country, which is the main host for the night show at 96.5 The Box, he was looking for someone to bring some live humor to his celebrity gossip segment.
Wow.
And so that's how I came into him, because toot that horn.
I want to give that hand to that
Yeah,
lady because they
yeah,
saw the beauty, they saw the talent in you, and say, please come, let me give you a bigger platform. To
yeah.
all the people out there, what's her name again?
Jerica Brown, JB.
To all the Miss Browns out there, please keep looking for more talent because there's a world of talent out there
Man.
that is hungry to
Yeah.
serve, but there's nobody to give them the platform. So thank you for doing to Shawnee B.
Yes.
Look at what you've done. Change the world.
Right. She
So,
did.
so you got into radio
Hmm.
not through journalism school, but through consistent production of content. And
Well, yeah, yeah. Well, and when I was coming up in school, I was the journalist. I did
okay,
photography and journalism for my yearbook. So, and
okay,
once I went to college, I ran a campus newspaper called The Torch for the University of Memphis.
no
And
kidding.
so Elijah Gain gave me that opportunity from a college perspective.
Mm,
And then I met an awesome individual that worked with Sony Entertainment, and it branched me into the entertainment side of doing
mm,
media. And then once I graduated in 2007 from the University of Memphis, I took what I did as a content creator, and I just put all of those avenues together and
mm,
delivered my news media from that
mhm,
perspective. And so that's when
mm,
JB saw my
mhm,
potential of delivery,
mhm,
and
mhm,
Big Country was needing that person for his segment. And my consistency showed that I've been doing this since,
mm.
grade school up into college, and then of course doing it for
Wow.
2012. It just kind of made more sense, and so we saw a fit for each other. And I've been doing the radio personality for about 4 years now, three and a half
No
years. More.
kidding. No
Mhm.
kidding. How are you enjoying that? How
I
you
love
enjoy
it. I
connecting with
love it.
people of different backgrounds, different ethnicities, different philosophical viewpoints? Who are the kind of people that tend to come to your shows or that listening to your show?
Right. So it is radio station. It's syndicated. So if you are in the Arkansas, Tennessee, and parts of Louisiana area, I believe you will be able
Mhm.
to hear it on your actual radio when you're driving in your car. If
Yes.
you're not in those cities or states, then you can just stream it, live stream, and you can hear it.
Mm.
So the audience is as young as grade school children all the way up to the working class, because it's a
Okay.
radio station. So they play hip hop and R&B, and then my
Okay.
segment is pretty much from a celebrity perspective. So any tea, and I tell them, this is Shawnee B. If you're cool with your girl, fool with your girl. Hope you got your cups, because my tea stay hot. That is my intro.
Oh.
So you're gonna get
Oh.
whatever you need to know from
Yeah.
our celebrities that
Yep.
have been iconic in our lives. So I just give you those little tad bits, and I pay
Okay.
homage to those entertainers that we've looked up to.
Amazing. Amazing. I probably have tuned in without realizing, or
Yeah,
maybe when I was driving from here to Kentucky and back, I've done
yeah.
that like 3, 4 times this summer. So I'm sure I've heard your voice. That's prior to meeting you a couple of weeks ago when you're hosting a comedy show somewhere in, I don't
Right.
know, is that south of Dallas? I don't know. I
It-
don't know Dallas
It's
enough, but
like south of Arlington, off of Interstate 30. So Grand Prairie, Arlington, Irving split.
yes.
Yeah.
So I came there super rusty, not been in the stage since 2016, have a lot of self-doubt, asking myself, what are you doing here? I was like, okay, let me just go. Maybe I can say my name with a little twist and I get a laugh. And
Right.
you made me comfortable. The audience was so generous. I got one laugh too many. I got way too many laughs.
Right.
But I want to really credit you because the way that you hosted was so amazing. And maybe that's an extension of your emceeing work.
Right.
So, where has your MC work take you? Which part of the country? Which part of the world? Which part
Man.
of the state? If you don't mind.
Yeah, because everything technology wise is just branched out, that you could just spread your link and it can meet and greet people in other countries.
Mhm,
Just based off of my geographical breakdown in my analytics, I've
mhm.
seen me go as far as Great Britain, Jamaica, Russia,
Wow!
Australia, of course
Wow!
the 50 states, heavy
Yes.
in the Caribbean. Like it's just taken me many places when we use technology to branch out, but
Hmm.
physically, wherever I'm flown to, that I've been to LA. I'll be going
Hmm.
to Shreveport this next upcoming Sunday.
Hmm.
Oklahoma City,
Hmm.
Florida. I was in Tampa a few months back. So it just takes you wherever you want it to go, because once people get used to seeing you, they
Yes.
want to reach you and bring you where they are, because your energy online is so
Yes.
addictive. So
Yes.
y'all can fly me anywhere. I'll go anywhere. Just cover my hotel rental and my flight expense, and I'm there.
Fantastic, fantastic. Everywhere else, but you've never been to the motherland.
I need to
Uh,
get there. I was
you need to.
supposed to go to Nigeria about a month ago. My friend got married here, and then him and his wife went over there to do the second part of their wedding.
Mhm.
But just with my work schedule and stuff, it just conflicted. But
Okay.
I'm getting there because my best friend is
Okay.
Nigerian. I'm getting there. I'm
There
going.
you go. You gotta
Nigeria,
go.
send for me. Nigeria, send for me.
You,
Logos, anybody, anywhere, send for me.
you
I'm coming,
you gotta go because. But my fear is you go, you may not want to come back
and that's perfectly
because
fine.
that's I see a lot of these good acts that go out there and they get absorbed into the atmosphere because people are excited. They know they want
Yeah,
to have a different taste of African diaspora. So I just want to give you a warning.
that's
If
okay.
you go, you may want to come back. So make sure you go with the family because they may like,
Yeah,
okay,
we might
stay
have
here.
to, because
Yeah.
the USA is becoming real ghetto. So it's time for me to probably find another place to go. Because yeah, I think Earth in general is starting to be ghetto, but I'm gonna start with the US of A first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The earth is getting a bit crowded, but
Ah,
let's see some cool places. Now, you grew up in one place that I would really call cool. To me, at least, I visited Memphis once back
mhm,
in 2007, and I really, really liked it so much. However, I was applying for a job there. I didn't get a job, so I spent time there. I'm like, okay, thank you. You guys don't want me. I'm out. But
mhm,
before I left, I had a very positive impression of the place.
mhm.
What is your impression, or what are your what do you think? What do you miss most about Memphis? Because you grew up in Memphis, you went to school in Memphis.
Okay, so I'm born and raised Little Rock, Arkansas. And then once I finished and graduated high school in 2003, I was able to get into the University of Memphis. So from
Wow.
2003 to 2007, or well, 2009, I was a resident of Memphis. But I always tell people Arkansas raised me, Tennessee educated me, and Texas paid me. So
Mm,
that's my motto, because no
thank
matter
you.
where I go, I put a
Thank you.
footprint in that soil. So Memphis actually gave me my independency. So I learned how to
Mm,
network. I learned how to get it from the mud, meaning
yes.
I studied my craft. I
Yes.
went out and implemented it, and then
Hmm.
I challenged myself to still learn. So
Mm.
Memphis is my education background, and I miss the food. I miss the honey gold wings. I miss the
Oh,
barbecue. I miss the
yes.
music. I
Yes.
miss the roasting. Like that's how I
Go
got
on.
my
Go on. Go
comedic
on.
back to be so quick on my toes. Shout out to
Yes.
Memphis, because they never stop
Wow.
roasting. They continue.
Wow, that's interesting. I can relate to your three form intro. Mine, I see myself as a product of Africa,
Mhm.
produced in Asia, packaged in America, and distributed worldwide. And that's fact.
That's
It's true
it.
because I
Yeah.
grew up in Africa, went to college in Africa, went to work in Asia. Asia transformed me. By the time I came here, I was already an adult. But America packaged me in some ways, and
Right.
now I think I'm a product for the global stage. And this coming, here's how I know that it's getting better and better. Yeah, it's gone up and down, but I'm preparing to speak to the United Nations.
Mhm.
Shout out to United Nations Office for Humanitarian Assistance in Geneva. Sorry, I have to say that because it's again because of product of Africa, produced in Asia, packaged in America, distributed around the world. So you are a
Worldwide.
product of Arkansas,
Mhm.
produced in Memphis,
Mhm.
packaged in Dallas and or in Texas and
And
distributed
worldwide, yeah,
worldwide.
because this could be another start to another future line. Like, I mean, LA may love on me,
Yes.
so I can go anywhere. But right now in the South
Mm,
is where my heart lies. Like that's where all it is.
okay.
Shout out to Trinidad, shout out to Barbados, shout out to Jamaica, because that's
Yes.
my roots and my heritage. But
Yes.
as I move through Texas,
Yes.
Tennessee, Arkansas is my heart.
I can't wait to go to Jamaica and Trinidad. I can't wait.
Yeah, Yeah.
because each time I meet folks from there, they're like, we're on the same wavelength. We're on the same, call it craziness wavelength, call it love wavelength, call it
Hmm.
humility wavelength. They just have a resonance that is
Yep.
so much. It just makes me feel like I'm back in the motherland.
Hmm.
So thank you so much for saying that. But before you went into the world of words,
Hmm.
what did you do?
Well, that's the thing. I've always been the life of the party. Like,
Mhm.
I think when God created me, he knew that laughter was the medicine for the soul.
Okay.
So if you were to ever look at any of my yearbooks,
Mhm.
I am the comedic tone of each one of those
Mm.
yearbooks. I
Mm.
didn't know being a person that used their words was a career. That's
Okay.
my personality trait because I
Yes.
love people and I like finding the simplicities of making them smile and then
Mhm.
later turning that smile into full laughter. So I just thought I was just being me. I didn't know you could get paid to do this. But so to answer that question, I've always used comedy in some form of making people's days brighter. Whether I was
Wow.
dancing and doing it, because I used to love James Brown as a kid. I would always come do that James Brown. So I was always
Mm.
that person that if someone was down, I was that medicine to
Mm.
bring them back up.
Mm.
So I would say from a young child's age, I've been using my words and I'm
Wow.
at peace with that because a lot of times people do use negative vices to
Yes.
fix problems. And if I
Okay.
can give you a positive vice, then there may
Mhm.
be hope to save you.
Yep. And so you even mentioned you don't drink. Uh, do you drink?
I don't drink as a negative vice. I may have a wine here or there, but I don't
Yeah.
rely on alcohol to fix the situation. No.
Oh, and
'Cause I
yet,
have to sample my
so
bartending stuff to make sure it's good for my clients, but I'm not like wasted or anything. No.
so why did you go into bartending? Is it because you felt like, okay, I'm able to continue dishing some laughs while serving them some spirits, or did you go into bartending because it was a necessity to add to the number of gigs that you collect, and you take pride in knowing that I'm very much dependent on my own self? Why did you go into
Well,
bartending?
I went in that was one of those life skills situations where it was survival because I was working for a company and as some of you guys know you've been loyal and but you've been laid off
Hmm.
unbeknownst to you
Hmm.
are laid off and it, life happens, life is life, and so you don't have that income to pay
Hmm.
those liabilities and assets that you have.
Yes.
So when I lost my job, I was here by myself at that time before my family moved here, and I
Hmm.
was like, well, what can I do right now so I can pay these bills? Because you never want anybody to feel sorry for you. So
Hmm.
I said,
Hmm.
well, bartending, I'm good at that because when I go out, my friends like me to make them concoctions. So why not get the
Mm.
skill so I can do this for a living?
Mhm,
I didn't know it was such a lucrative field as it was,
mhm,
but I was able to survive
mm.
learning. I took myself through bartending school so I can be hands on. And then once I
Wow.
got out of school, about 4 weeks from that date, I
Mhm.
became a bar manager in
Wow.
Carrollton and loved it. And so when I said, oh, well, instead of working for somebody, why not figure out how to get my licensings and my insurance so I can be my own brand? And that's what I do now,
Mm.
Shawnee B Entertainment, and I have the bartending as an umbrella under that. So I fell into bartending as a survival because society cut off
Mhm.
my income. And
Mm.
then I
Mm.
found a way to get my income back and be in control of it to where nobody can cut off my income now.
No
It's up to me.
kidding.
Yeah.
Because partly because of bartending. So what was supposed to be something bad turned out to be something good.
Yeah,
Isn't
because
that cool?
you get
It's
cut them
serendipity, right?
lemons, right? When
Yes,
you cut
yes.
those lemons, make
Chop, chop,
lemonade.
chop, chop,
Yeah,
chop.
because life is. That's why I told you beforehand that some people go down that straight path, and if something goes wrong with that straight path, they're just demolished. But when
Yes.
you live your life in with curves and you're still making it to that same destination, you
Yep.
still can pick up pieces and learn as you're
Connect them.
going, connect
Yep.
the dots,
Yep. Yep.
and you won't
Yep.
be out here just looking for them to make your
Yep.
fate. You can make
Exactly.
your fate. So that's how bartending
Wow.
became a skill set. It's because I was laid off, like
Yeah.
most of us are, and you don't know
Yeah.
what to do next. So that
Yeah.
it came out in the clutch for me.
Especially in the short term. Oh my God, what do I do?
Mm-hmm.
Most things may take like 3, 4, 5 months, but this one 4 weeks,
Right.
you're out
4
and you're
weeks.
running. And
Yep.
who knows, maybe you use your bartending tomorrow to become a congresswoman, because we know there's a famous congresswoman with a very clear voice, with a very articulate voice, who advocates for common people, for working class,
Right.
who was a bartender. I'm sure you know whom I'm talking about. The world famous AOC. Yes, give one blast to AOC. She really does it well. She does her job well.
Yeah. You
And
just have to find your niche.
anybody who might have looked down on her, look at what she's doing in Congress. You may
Hmm.
not like her politics, but you have to love the way she carries herself
Yeah.
and the way that she delivers. So anyway, that's a conversation for another day. But I'm still fascinated. So we unpacked a little bit about radio,
Hmm.
and people can make careers out of radio. And
Oh,
you're
you
making a
did.
career out of radio. You're
Love
making
it.
a career out of bartending. Now let's go to DJ.
Yeah. Yeah.
DJ, talk to us a little bit about gigs in DJ. Do we have abundant gigs in DJ? Is it as lucrative as, let's say, bartending, or is
Yeah.
it as lucrative as radio? Because
They're equally, because you can branch out. You could be a person that creates the sound, like give somebody a disc or a flash drive, and then
Mhm.
they could DJ their own party. You can make money from that. You could
Mm,
physically be in there with your tables and your lighting,
mhm,
your TVs, and you can make money from that.
mhm,
It just depends on what direction you want to go. So all of these aren't just radio, bartending. You could be a
mhm.
person that do voiceovers in
Yeah,
commercials, and that's still
yeah,
radio. So
yes.
there's so many levels into that title that you can break down.
Mm,
So for the DJ part, I love music,
mhm.
all types of music. I listen to music. I play an instrument. I play an alto saxophone.
Oh, no
So
kidding. You play
yeah,
saxophone.
that's my
All
first
right.
instrument.
Oh,
They call me
oh.
Lisa Simpson in the hood.
Wow, I am intrigued now.
Ah,
I am intrigued. Okay, we got to jam someday. I got my
yeah.
ocarina. You got your okay. Okay, now let me see.
I'm about to
Uh,
whoa.
I
Okay.
got to.
I got a harmonica.
Okay, that's my number one thing. But I fiddle around with a lot of other things. Of course, the vuvuzela is my number one. My harmonica is also my
Yeah.
number one, and then my ocarina, and then my
Are you a bad man?
I am not, when it comes to musical wind
Yeah.
instruments, I am beyond the clouds.
Yeah, that's
I
my
am
vice. That's
from
another
space.
vice that when people say, "Well, Shawnee B, when do you get a break? When do you get a peace of mind?" Music and laughter are my two vices, so I don't have to go the negative way. Those are what
Mm,
get me out of little funks and stuff. We all
yes,
go through them, but yeah, I
yes.
played the saxophone first. I was in a marching band for several years. I
Mm,
play now for leisure.
mhm.
And I might take it seriously and learn to play in a crowd settings, but I'm extremely shy. I know, like, how are you shy and you do all of this? I'm extremely shy, so y'all probably won't see the saxophone come out the box, but um,
No, I am integrating this into my comedy
yeah,
intentionally. I
okay,
integrate this into my MC hosting intentionally, and it gives me, it separates me from the crowd. So if I come to you, can you teach me saxophone?
I play by ear, so if, yeah, well,
Same thing with me. I play by ear.
yeah, I play by
I don't
ear.
care about musical lyrics. I don't care
Yeah,
about
we can
that. That's
vibe
not
out.
my thing. I can hear it, I can play it, that's it, the world moves on. So
Yeah,
the same thing for my harmonica. And now it's becoming a thing, because now people start to request, can you do that thing? Can you do that beat?
yeah,
But I have to come to you and learn from you to survive in the gig economy, because I sincerely
yeah.
believe I should work for myself 90 or 95% of the time. I should not be working for
Half of us
anybody.
should. But
Yes.
we've
And
been conditioned to go to school, get a
yes.
career, retire with that career. And a lot of
Yeah.
times people forget that you have natural born gifts and talents that
Yes.
are lucrative as well. But we forget
Yes.
those because we've been conditioned to
Yes.
go down that pattern, like I told you. Instead of
Yes.
going like this, you stay
Yep.
like this.
The
And
conditioning is a very, very, very bad mechanism. And I have
yeah.
a quiz here that will prove that you're truly a squiggly. Because when we
Hmm.
talked the other day, you told me you're a squiggly, you're not a square, you're not a circle, you're just like,
Hmm.
you are creative person. And it's your
Right.
creativity that keeps you floating higher and higher and making dollars when others are probably complaining and tired. And guess what? Last night, what were you doing? Now you're here, you're
Yeah.
vibrant, you're present, you're giving, you're dishing some laughs. What were you doing last night, if you don't mind?
Yes, every Friday this month, because it depends on my comedy schedule, I will be at the Coach's Box in Duncanville. I host a karaoke night with the awesome DJ Tight Eyes, aka Mr. Quickness, on the ones and twos, and we go out and just have a very fun-filled, high energy night. Absolutely
Mm,
free to get in. You don't even have to sing or know how to sing. You may just want to come listen to others. But we
mm,
put the karaoke words on the screen, and I host it, and it's just a celebration. It's very
mm,
fun,
mhm.
and it's easy. It's What are you doing on a Friday night between 6 to 10? Probably nothing after you fight traffic. So just come out, get you some good food at the Coach's Box, and have a good time. So we did
Okay,
that
okay.
yesterday. It was so much fun. We celebrated a birthday yesterday.
Yeah,
So I'll be back this upcoming Friday. I believe that is the 12th, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah,
Let me double check. No, it can't be the 12th because today is the 10th. It's the 16th. So the 16th, the 23rd, and the 30th, I will be at the Coach's Box.
yes.
And 6 to 10, we're gonna have a good time. So come on, bring some friends, tell a friend, tell a friend. But that's what I was doing last night. So
Fantastic. And now you're still here, you're sharp, you're still giving us some laughs,
yeah,
talking about fighting traffic and fighting all the evil forces that are out there in the dark world. But let's unpack your comedy career because that's the
yeah.
one that really fascinates me. So tell me, what makes you super proud of being a comedian? Is it the laughs that you get? Is it the healing? Is it the, I don't know what? I just want to ask from you.
Man, it's all of that packed in one, because my end message at every show is mental health awareness is very serious. Not only
Mm,
to me, but we see it when we hear rest in peace and those things where people are fall into those negative vices. So for
mhm,
me, being a comedian, it is the medicine. I am healing people, even if they don't get the joke till they get in the car.
mhm.
Being in an environment with different people of different backgrounds, age, gender, sexualities, and all of that, we
Yeah,
can come, whatever's negative is going on in the world, we can come in one room and
yeah.
breathe for at least an hour to 2 hours.
Mm,
And what made me go continuously with this is the message. When I leave that stage, I get the high fives and, can I get a picture with you? What's your social media handles? Can I buy a shirt? That's how I know my message is being received. It's because
mm.
that energy of, oh my gosh, she's on the flyer, I'm coming to that show. So
Wow.
it's bigger
Wow.
than just you guys buying tickets. It's
Yes.
performing and changing your lives so you can feel better for that
Mhm,
moment, or you can feel better for the rest of that month, or for the rest
mhm,
of your life. I'm impacting you internally, and then
mhm.
externally it's making you feel better as a person. So
I love the fact that it's not just for the quick laughs, but it's
yeah,
also for the healing
of
because we
course.
live in a community. And for us, most likely the people that come from outside, we often live in denial of our mental health issues,
Yeah, of
challenges. And so, what you're saying is you go out there and deliver a laugh, but behind that laugh, there's a message that could heal someone, can touch someone, can
course.
uplift someone, can help someone to realize, you know what, this life is bigger than this tiny little faucet that I'm fighting over with my wife or with my daughter
Hmm.
or my son or with my auntie, with my grandpa, with my dead gone. Why am I
Yeah.
fighting over something, property that I'm gonna die and leave it here? So,
Hmm.
in your approach to comedy, do you start with a message first, or do you start with the issue? You start with the message or with the issue?
My message for mental health is always at the end, because I want the people to know, whether you're in this room because you got a free ticket or a paid ticket, my message still stands. I hope you receive this medicine through this 10-minute set or hour set, whatever
Mm.
I'm doing.
Mhm.
My delivery off the top is, let's get in here and have a good time. So let's talk
Mm.
about these relatable situations that
Mhm.
I may deal with, but you may know somebody, or you may deal with.
Mhm.
But before I even get to the venue, a lot of times I look different.
Mhm.
So my picture is one thing, but in person is another. I change my hairstyle 50 times a month. So
Okay,
you may,
talk about that. Why do you make it different? The one on the photo and then the one that you appear in person?
it has nothing to do with the timing. It's just I'm like this today. I may feel like a ponytail. Tomorrow I may feel like braids. Tomorrow I may want a bob. So I change my hair not to make you guys think that I'm like America's Most Wanted and I'm running from the law or anything, but it just matches my personality and my feel for that day. So a lot of
Okay.
times that flyer picture, when people come to a show and I walk in the room, they're like, that might be her, that might not be her. So then I get to give you that stranger vibe, and you see my energy before the show. So when I do hit the stage, you're like, that was her. And so the energy is natural, because the whole time I'm talking to you like we're just regular people that
Yes.
in the
Yes.
crowd. You're not
Yes.
knowing I'm the main featured act. So
Yes.
you
Yes.
get the
Even
energy. Yeah.
you may not remember this, but when I came to perform last couple of weeks, I was lost. And
Yeah.
you were the person outside, like, hey, young man, come. I'm sure this is where you're looking at. I'm like, I don't think this way. I went that way, then I came back, then you
Right.
directed me in, and it's only much later I realized, oh, she's actually the host.
Exactly.
She's doing 10, 12 different other things. You did some things at the back of the room in the bar area, did some things with a DJ, did some things on stage, did some things everywhere. So you were really the connecting tissue to that
Mhm.
event.
Most definitely.
This, especially the conversation about the mental health, is a prelude to another session that I'm going to have next week with a gentleman who is a mental health advocate,
Good.
and
We need
he's
him.
also an immigrant. And he says, particularly in African immigrant homes, people are in denial of these issues. You don't want to talk. You can talk about people that are smart. You can talk
Mhm.
about people that have everything, but you don't want to touch mental.
Yeah.
Mental is a
Nobody
secret cow.
touches it.
Nobody wants to talk about it. It's too sensitive. So
Yeah.
this is really, really a prelude to that, because when I bring him on next week, I'm going to ask him, now, you put on a very serious face. Have
Mhm.
you ever realized that laughter is also good medicine for mental issues? So that's the question that I will ask
Most
him. But
definitely.
if you have a better way of asking, give it a question, and I'm happy to ask him when I finally meet with him next week.
Yeah, I want him to challenge people to know that there are costs with talking to someone, but there are also free options, because that's why a lot of people don't do it.
Mhm,
And for me, I like to give people that option. Now I know how to get free therapy. I
mhm,
actually have a therapist, and I need people to understand that just because you talk to somebody doesn't make you weak. It doesn't
mhm,
make you crazy, but it
mhm,
helps you break those traumas and those chains that keep you in that mental state that, oh,
mhm,
I'm not going to do this, I'm going to deal with this by myself. And so once we
mhm,
can get people to feel comfortable, and my
mhm,
message is clear, because I never push something out that I don't do myself. So when
mhm,
I tell my friends and my followers I do therapy, they're more inclined to do it because they
mhm,
see how I've changed doing it. So
mhm,
I hope that he can, in his message, take
mhm,
away those fears and those reasons why people make excuses to not get
mhm,
therapy, when there's ways for you to get therapy, because there's ways to get it for free as well. So that's why
mhm.
my message is always given from a comedic perspective at the end of my shows, because you laughed all day, and
Yeah,
some people even cry through those jokes because they're living through that storm. But when
yeah.
we leave that room, you know that I care about mental health, which is laughter, which is talking to a therapist, which is just coming outside of your walls and getting
Mm.
free air in nature. So
Wow.
we all do the same thing. We just have a different message on coming together as a conglomerate. Like,
Wow. You
so
see,
yeah.
I did not, when I started this, I thought we are going to talk just mostly about gigs and making a living in the gig economy. But you know what? It's almost like a therapy session now. And
Yeah,
I,
all of
I
this is
really,
therapy.
and I appreciate that very much. So we begin to end here. But if somebody wants to be part of Shawnee B Entertainment, they want to catch you, do comedy somewhere, where can they look for you in the upcoming days?
Okay, so the easiest place to find all of the things that I do, ShawneeBentertainment.com. It is at the bottom here. But if you're on Facebook, you can just type in the search engine Shawnee B Entertainment.
Mhm,
If you're on Instagram, it's Shawnee_B_entertainment.
mhm,
If you're on TikTok, it's Shawnee B Entertainment or Shawnee B ENT. And
mhm,
if you're on X, formerly known as Twitter, it's Shawnee ENT. But Google knows me so well that if you type in Shawnee B, it'll
mhm.
pull up everything that I do because I am Googleable. Uh,
Oh, wait a minute. But you know, there's another famous Shawnee. And for a while, I'm like, okay, is she the former wife of Shaquille O'Neal, who is
yeah.
also trying to steal your thunder? Are you aware of that?
Oh no,
She
she can't.
she got she got
We
she got
can't
a name. She
steal.
got a name. She got a name like yours.
It is.
Yeah.
But Shawnee is her own entity. So if you are a follower of Shawnee, you know, oh, Shawnee O'Neal, or now formerly known as Shawnee Henderson. You
Yeah.
know, if you follow me, my motto is always, if you're cool with your girl, fool with your girl. you'll be able to decipher by picture, by energy, by, of course, talent, who is who. We're both powerful women of color doing things that we're doing to change the world. So if
Yes.
you support us, you know exactly who we are. You won't mix us up at all because we're not the same, not even a little bit.
Fantastic.
So
Okay.
I'm not intimidated by anybody that carries the name, the brand name Shawnee. But if you really want what I bring to the table, you're gonna make sure you type in Shawnee B Entertainment.
B.
B for
Yes.
boy. B for boy. Yeah.
Shawnee B Entertainment. And
So you won't get mixed up.
you'll be performing in the next couple of, is it a week or two somewhere in
Man,
Shreveport, Louisiana?
next week is booked and busy. So starting out on Tuesday, if you guys are local, I will be at Plano House of Comedy. I'll be doing that show. The show starts at 7:30. If you want to come, I got free tickets.
Plano, Texas. Plano, Texas.
Plano,
Are you
Texas.
there? Go check out Shawnee B.
There you go.
You say, what is the location again?
It's
Plano
going
House
to
of
be Plano House of Comedy. Yes.
Okay, Plano
You
House of
look that
Comedy.
up. You can definitely come in. If you want to
Okay.
pay for a ticket, great. If you want to come through me, just
Mhm.
go on one of my platforms, say, hey, add me to the list. But it's called Triple Threat Tuesdays, and it's the Plano House of Comedy. And that
Yes.
address is going to be 7301 Lone Star Drive in Plano. That's
Fantastic.
Tuesday. Wednesday, I get a break.
Of
Thursday,
course.
I'll be you got to get a break.
Even God had to take a break. How much more
Yeah,
should it be? You need a break too sometimes, right?
you got to have a break in there or you will go nuts. But I will be in Little Elm and I'll be supporting a charity that is focusing on finding missing teens and adolescents and bring them back home because they were either kidnapped or, of course, human trafficked. So that comedy show is called A Cause, Comedy for a Cause. And it's going to be Thursday, August the 15th. And that's going to be at the Hula Hut. And that show starts at 7 p.m. And donations are accepted. But the ticket price in general, if you want to just do ticket route, is $20. That's
Then from there,
Thursday.
yes. And then from there
Friday,
on,
the
yes.
16th, I will be at Duncanville at the Coach's Box doing my free event, which is the karaoke, and I'll be with DJ Mr. Quickness on the ones and twos, and we'll be there from 6 p.m. to 10. Well, now it's been like 10:30 because we've been having such a good time. The 17th, I will be in Duncanville. They are having a back to school vendor event. I will be a vendor there. And that is just meaning I'll have my merchandise for purchase. I do make my own shirts. So if you guys want to support that, and I make my own air freshener line, you guys can come there. And then later that afternoon, I'll be at the LMAO Comedy Series Showcase, and that's going to be in Dallas at the Royal Lane Studio. And then Sunday, I'll be taking my talents to Shreveport.
Louisiana. Yes.
Shreveport, Louisiana. Shout out to Tanja D's funny zone of comedy. And we're going to be at Lake Street Bar. And then that's all next week. So,
okay, that's a packed schedule.
Man.
I brought you in to talk about gigs, but now we realize you're a gig mogul. All right. So if somebody's looking to develop into radio personality, develop into karaoke, develop into a DJ, into a comedian, please, you know who to look for. Go look for.
CPR certified. If you need to be certified from your children to you for a daycare business or just for regular, I just need to know to save somebody's life. Book me out. I'll come to your mobile. Again, I do t-shirts. If you need t-shirts printed, I do those. Bartending, comedy, hosting, MC, DJing if you need it. It's not my favorite thing to do, but I will do it for you.
I have realized that the people that come through this program are always multi-talented.
You have to be.
They are always, a vast majority, some of them have designed pieces that have gone to space. Some of them have written software that has changed companies. And now we have Shawnee B, who is multi-talented in the word and spoken word industry in many, many areas. And then in addition to that, CPR. So thank you so much, Shawnee. I want us to end with a couple of short questions, but go ahead.
Before I leave, I almost forgot. I do websites as well. So if you guys need your website, I can visually bring your business to a visual perfection. And I'm running a promotion. Yesterday was my 15-year anniversary moving from Memphis to Texas. So I am running a 15% off promotion. So just reach out to me on any platform or just say, hey, Shawnee B, I want the website special, and I'll get that for you too. So I'm ready for
Fantastic.
your questions. I am ready.
Yes, yes. First one, Shani. If you walk to, if you're not the one who is bartending, and someone is bartending, they ask you, ma'am, what would you like? Vodka or margarita? What would you say?
Probably a cocktail made with a vodka. Tequila
Okay,
hurts my head.
okay, that's fine. And it's a hot day in Dallas, super, super hot.
Mhm.
What would you prefer, lemonade or ice cream?
Ooh. Let me get with the lemonade. I drink slow, so I'll be able to make that expand through the rest of the hot summer that we're living in Texas.
Okay, okay. What's your favorite, lunch or dinner?
Whew, I have high metabolism, so probably dinner because it's a little heavier. It's a full menu for dinner. Lunch is kind of little bits and pieces. I like the full entree.
Okay. Favorite place to perform in Texas? Favorite place to perform in Texas?
All of them. Anywhere where y'all come out to support is my favorite place. Like wherever I
Okay.
have a stage is my favorite place.
Favorite city? Memphis, Little Rock, Dallas.
Whew. Since they all contributed to my success, all of them my favorite. I prefer, if we're talking about preference of advantage, then Dallas is where opportunity is endless.
Okay.
You talking about culture, then we're
Yes.
talking about Memphis,
Memphis.
Tennessee. And if you're
Yes.
talking about my heartbeat, then you're talking
Yeah.
about Little Rock, Arkansas.
Good for you. All right. So you are walking into a room and there are four objects. There are chairs inside four objects.
Mm-hmm.
There's a chair inside a triangle. There's a chair inside a square. There's a chair inside a circle. And there's a chair inside a squiggly. Where would you like to sit? Is it the triangle, the square, the circle, or the squiggly?
Oh, I'm sitting in the squiggly all day long. I'm going to lay on the squiggly. I'm going to jump on the squiggly. I'm going to sit in the squiggly. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so
Yes.
much. Yes, indeed, you are a squiggly, and you are the second. At least the other people did not take this quiz. You're the second openly squiggly person that I have ever met. The other one is brilliant, just like you. She is in Maryland and she's doing some amazing work. Thank you so much for putting your works into the world, your
Most
words
of.
into the world, and for making the world a better place through your laughter. And yes, you would be welcome back to this
Come
virtual
on
studio
now.
anytime you want to talk about something that comes straight from the heart. Thank you so much, Shani
Of
B. I
course.
hope to see you on the other side, not the dark
Oh,
side, the
I
good side.
know, right? The good side.
Thank you. Have a good day. And all of you story warriors, go check out our programs, go check out our shows, and let's keep sharing and keep learning. Thank you so
Thank
much. This has
y'all.
been Gideon from Mukwai, the story warrior, saying peace out.